My involvement in transportation and energy really starts with my upbringing. My dad was a truck driver, and through that, I really learned about the importance of transportation. It was critical for my own livelihood and all the things that I had growing up. Uh, he also was someone that was and continues to this day to be very active on the outdoors, right? So we grew up with my two older brothers hiking and fishing and canoeing just regularly outside. These two things came together when I went to Washington, D.C. out of college and worked in the United States Senate. And there I was assigned to working on public policy issues on environment and energy. It wasn't something that I necessarily sought out to do, but that was an open position. And the more that I learned about the topic and the area and saw how much it connected to my own personal interests and upbringing, again, on transportation and loving and engaging in the natural resources of our planet, the more that I loved the topics and really have led to a career, now at Cummins, which has such this rich and continuing history and engagement in the transportation sector, working with so many to provide the power that is needed around the world, frankly, to deliver goods. And at the same time has this strong commitment to the environment. And what I love is that I get to have both of these worlds come into play every day in my job, which is where I, one, get to invest in the transportation future, but also get to make sure that we're doing so with less and less environmental impact to protect the planet for my children and for all of our future generations. Cummins does really important work, working with our customers, and it's all around power, right? So we are providing power that helps deliver goods to our dinner tables, that help build bridges, that keep hospitals running. And a key part of our strategy is to continue to collaborate with our customers to provide the durable, reliable power that they need and do it in a more sustainable way, make less and less environmental impact as we do that. And that's where we have thousands of engineers dedicated every day to working on that, right? They're working on continuing to lower emissions and provide greater efficiency from our internal combustion engines, whether diesel or natural gas or a variety of other fuels. And we're also doing so around investing around on developing and maturing technology in new areas like battery electric fuel cells. And so where are we going to be in a year is a place where we are currently right now, which is driving forward on providing the cleaner, reliable, durable, sustainable power on what has been traditional areas and the new areas for our customers well out into the future. In 2019, Cummins celebrated its 100th anniversary. And when we did that, we also set out to say, what's it going to be like in the future? And how do we make sure we're around for another 100 years? And that's where Planet 2050 came from. So Planet 2050 was announced by our CEO, Tom Linebarger, and it's the company's environmental sustainability strategy. It looks out several decades, out to 2050, and says, where are the trends going on in the world, and what does Cummins need to do to make sure we're doing our part to address some of these energy and environmental challenges that we have in front of us. And so we then committed, in line with the science, to take certain actions by 2050, such as we plan to have carbon neutral products and operations. Yes, a bold goal, but something that we need to move towards and make sure that we're achieving, again, in line with the science. We recognize that that is a long way out. And so we back that up to 2030 to give us tangible, concrete goals for 2030. And so we set 8 goals for 2030, and that's going to address greenhouse gases and energy use, water use, waste use. And over the next 5 years, we're going to be well on our way toward achieving those really bold, significant 2030 goals that are lined up, on the science. It takes a collaborative, comprehensive effort to get there. We need to work with, governments in terms of the public policies that are needed to drive the collective action. We need to work with our communities on what specifically are their needs. We have to partner with our suppliers, whether it's packaging waste on plastics, or it's simply the key technologies that we need as part of the systems we're providing for the future. And most significantly, it takes a lot of collaboration with our customers, because our product offerings are a key part towards addressing these environmental issues and delivering on the Planet 2050 strategy. Fortunately, we are investing and have the broadest portfolio. So, diesel, natural gas, hybrids, fuel cells, electrolyzers, battery electric, providing this suite of technologies to get lower emissions, greater efficiency, lower greenhouse gas emissions, really help Cummins meet its goals, but also our customers meet their goals, society meet their goals. And so by working together and doing so under the Planet 2050 framework, I'm very optimistic about the impact that Cummins and all of our stakeholders, by working together, what we can achieve. Cummins sees Fuels Institute as a critical partner on our path to zero greenhouse gas emissions. As you look out and you recognize the complexity of decarbonizing our economy, it's going to take a massive amount of collaboration and all of us working together on very complex topics. You just look at the suite of issues, whether low carbon fuels, renewable fuels, well to wheel, hydrogen economy. There are a lot of very technical issues, both on how that power is used, also how it is generated, how it is delivered, and all the factors that come into play. And that means that you've got to have people out there, or organizations like the Fuels Institute, that are bringing people, bringing groups, companies, entities together, and answering these complex technical issues so that we can make data-based decisions. And that's what the Fuels Institute does. And that's why we're proud to be a partner, because we're connecting with many others in a very diverse organization. But we're bringing forward what is the data and the facts and the information needed to make the best decisions that we collectively can. And that's why we're pleased and frankly looking forward to a continued partnership with the Fuels Institute.